A daughter may only hold her father's hand for a few years, but she holds his heart forever. Today I'm going to tell you about the emotional and physical bond between a father and daughter. Almost everyone in their life experiences a bond with a father or father figure. There are two very important contributing factors for a bond between a father and daughter. Fathers play a key part in providing emotional influence in their daughters' lives. Also, fathers do not provide influence on their daughters' emotions, but the physical aspects of life. A father provides more guidance and love for his little girl than he could ever possibly fathom. I would like to start off with the influence fathers have on their daughters' emotions. Fathers play a key part in providing emotional influence in their daughters' lives. All daughters want to be loved by their fathers. You can spoil your little princess all day long, but nothing is more fulfilling than the affirmation that you love and will always love her. In a blog written by Justin Rickless on October 3, 2014, he reminds fathers to remind their daughters that their hearts are more beautiful than their appearance. They need you to remind them that they are beautiful for the same amount, if not more, of how much you love them. There will come a day that society begins to pick your daughter's appearance apart. But if she has spent her whole life being told she is beautiful by the person she trusts most, society will lose. Elizabeth Weiss McLaughlin stated in 2012 that a daughter's insecurities can diminish and her confidence be increased simply by her father's encouragement. Fathers, you are your daughter's hero. She believes every little thing you say. You tell her she is beautiful, she will believe it. However, the moment you speak negatively, she will also hold on to that. Words can be forgiven, but not forgotten. When it comes to a daughter's future, fathers have more influence on their daughter's future relationships than they could ever imagine. Justin Rickless brought into light how much weight is put on the way a father treats their daughter's mother. If you mistreat her mother, she loses trust in the rest of men. This later leads to complications for her with having other relationships. Caitlin Goosen in 2014 magnified the concept that a good model for a daughter will cause her to have trust and confidence in the opposite sex. Her not seeing you treat her mother with respect may cause her to accept that same disrespect from her significant other. You don't realize the domino effect your actions have on the future of your daughter until she starts to go through it. Don't ever let it get to that point. Portray to her the way a man should treat her through the way you treat her mother. Most importantly, do not shrink away while your daughter grows. Justin Rickless' simple, most exquisite advice he gave throughout his whole blog was for fathers to not blink. Your little girl will turn into a woman before you have a chance to even try and convince her to take her time with growing up. Do not be afraid when she starts to go through life changes. Even if sometimes you feel like she has made you her worst enemy, she is still searching for your guidance. In 2014, Natasha Kionis speaks to all fathers when she says that pulling away from your daughter when things get challenging can cause damage you never thought about. Now that you have the power of the emotional influence, I would like to take a look at the physical side of things. Fathers do not only provide influence on their daughter's emotions, but also on physical aspects of life. I do not say this lightly, fathers. Date your daughter. Justin Rickless says to be sure to make as many memories as you can with your daughter. Dating her is a constant example of how she should expect a man to treat her when that time comes, and that she shouldn't settle for anything less. Taking her out and being involved with her on a physical level is also another affirmation for her that you love her dearly. Caitlin Goosen believes that the way a daughter turns out can be heavily affected by the amount of involvement she has from her father. The less you are involved, the more attention she will chase from other men, and it may be attention you would never want your little girl to have. Yes, you are always the hero to her, but she needs to see sometimes that you can be just as vulnerable as her. Do your daughter's hair and nails. Show your daughter you have a soft side, but then be an example of strength and teach her how to be strong. Natasha Kionis suggests treating your daughter to a spa day or help her physically by going on a journey that involves a lot of nature. Remember, proximity does not equal presence. Don't just show up to your daughter's events physically. Your mind needs to be there too. When she's crossing that finish line, she doesn't want to look up and see you indulged in your phone, but rather jumping with excitement, even if she came in last place. You will always be her strongest support system, and each time she experiences failure, she will find hope to try again from you. Family planning and contraceptive research found in 2011 that highly involved fathers are the ones that had stronger emotional ties to their daughters. Those daughters also had a higher success rate with other relationships and hardships that life threw at them. Although I just finished covering some very good tips on how to create a bond between a father and daughter, there are more to still be found if you would like to do further research. The emotional and physical bond that can be created by a father between him and his daughter is a bond that no one else will ever be able to understand. Fathers play a key part in providing emotional influence in their daughters' lives. Fathers do not only provide emotional influence on their daughters' lives, but also in physical aspects of life. I hope this speech has impressed upon you ways to make sure that a relationship you have with your daughter is a relationship that will carry more importance than you could ever possibly fathom. You may not be a father, but you could have been affected by one, or like most people are still being affected by him. If you know that someday you will be the man that possesses the first love of a girl's heart, make sure you carry out a relationship with your daughter that will even outlive you. Be the father you loved, the father you always hoped for, or the wife that has enough knowledge to help her husband be the best father possible. Make sure that when that little girl no longer needs to hold your hand, she still wants to hold your heart. Thank you.